tell him you quit the show. Why am I off center here? Guess who's back? Back again. What's up, everybody? It's your old pal Boogie Bob, and I got some sad news to report. Jordan Joe has quit the show. Okay, we got in the contract dispute. Jordan Joe will no longer be on the Boogie Bob show. He's starting his own show called the Jordan Joe Show. Oh wait, April Fools! Look who it is. It's Jordan Joe.
How you doing, Martinez? How is everything, Joe Hernandez?
Hi, Martinez. There's no Martinez in here.
Joe Hernandez.
Joe's back to his old tricks. Hi, Joe.
How you doing?
Where you been for 8 days, Joe?
How are you?
I heard you were on the Riviera on a yacht.
I was in Pennsylvania. I was training the soccer team. They're gonna play in 2026. The World Soccer.
The World Soccer Team. Joe, I heard you were playing basketball with your grandson.
I was training them. Meanwhile, I trained other company how to play basketball. But not high basketball. It's very short.
Short people basketball. Well, today we're taking care of business.
How is your business? What's good?
How was your business vacation?
All right.
Today we're taking care of business. Guess what, folks? We've got a birthday in here. It's a surprise. I'm holding it till the end. Got a big time celebrity birthday in here today. We've got today, Joe. Joe, why aren't you on the show?
Hi, Ivan. How is everything?
Hi, man.
How is your
Joe,
vacation?
today we're dedicating our show to a friend, a member of the Boogie Bunch who we've lost over the last couple days. Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to put up a picture. We're going to dedicate today's show to this person. Boom. Now, this, my friends, is Sal Gambino. You don't know who Sal Gambino is, do you, Joe?
How are you, Sal?
Well, Sal has passed away, Joe, unfortunately.
We pray for your soul.
We do. We pray for your soul. Joe,
Go down with the good spirit.
go down with the good spirit.
Amen.
Sal Gambino, some of you may not know, most of you don't. This was our dear friend Vinny's best friend. And Vinny obviously is broken up. And you can check out Streaming with Vinny if you go to Vinny's platform, Streaming with Vinny G. Vinny, I think it's working right now, but Vinny is going to put up a beautiful memorial in his remembrance of his dear friend Sal. Now, I don't know Sal, but I know Vinny. And you know Vinny, Joe. And Vinny's a great person.
How is Vinny doing?
Right now he's not doing well. He lost his dear friend, his bestie, Sal Gambino. Look at Sal Gambino. What a cool looking guy.
How are you, Sal?
He died, Joe. He passed away.
Okay.
But we're sending our love and respect and admiration to his friends and family. And God bless you, Vinny, and all your friends and family who are mourning the loss of this terrific, wonderful person. God bless you, Sal. Okay. Today, Joe, we got birthdays. We got a dear friend of mine, 50 years. He's a friend of mine for 50 years. It's his birthday. And we'll be taking care of that. Why don't we get on with the news, Joe?
Go ahead.
We got pigeons.
Hi, Ivan. How was your vacation?
Damn it,
How
Joe.
was it?
We got pigeons on the table.
You enjoy being with your grandchildren? I hope so. Leah, say hello, Grandma. All right.
Joe's giving shout out. Joe, it looks like you got some new sunglasses.
I look like
You look
Marlon
like
Brando.
Like who?
Marlon Brando, if you remember.
Marlon Brando?
Yeah. With the glasses. I look very sharp.
I was going to say you look more like Elizabeth Taylor. Yeah.
How
Okay.
could I? She's dead. How could I look like her?
That's what I'm talking about.
Do I
Oh
look
my God.
like I am dead?
You do not look like you're dead. All right, but let's not feed the pigeons anymore. I got 3 pigeons. Ow! 3 pigeons standing here on my hands, and I'm trying to do the news. Joe,
You can't do the news.
not with pigeons flying
Pigeon
around.
around. No.
Let's get into the program. This is why we're rated the worst show on YouTube. Big Botters instead of Big Brother. It's the robots, Joe. The mayor has robots. These are robots. Look like R2D2. The mayor sends in snitch bots. These are snitches, Joe. These are snitches get stitches. To keep an eye on New Yorkers. This is a robot in the train. I don't know what he's going to do. Beep, 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 boop, beep. Guy smoking weed on the R train. He's a snitch. He's a snitch bot 2000.
How are you?
Look at this pigeon, Joe. He's running around on the wheel.
Yeah.
On the wheel of Joe. Hi,
How you
pigeon.
doing, Mr. Alfred? How was that? Louis. Well, if you call him Klaus, that would be German.
He is German instead of Canadian. Artist body of work, an Aboriginal. Where's the Aboriginal people from, Joe?
What is that?
Aboriginal. Aboriginal people are the people
Who come from Spain?
no, they come from Australia. They had lived there for thousands of years. Come on, birds. The Aborigine. An Aboriginal artist.
I feel sorry for them. That's what happened.
They've
to
had a
them.
very rough existence.
What happened to them happened here.
It happened to our indigenous people here as well. An Aboriginal artist has made a shocking request for the body of a British person to sacrifice for an upcoming project. He wants someone to kill themselves for a project he's working on. The artist's ad, which appears in the Australian The Age newspaper, asks for a volunteer of British descent to contribute their future corpse to sacrifice for past sins. As you know, the British came in and colonized a whole lot of stuff.
And they stole the land.
They took Australia from the Aboriginal. What they did to colonize Australia, Joe, was colonized by murderers and people let out of prison. I don't know much about it. I love Australia and I love the people of Australia, and we're going to keep it moving. Joe, today you came back on a good day, Joe. It is what, 80 degrees out here?
Yes.
What's the weather, Joe? You're the weatherman with the weather, man.
79 degrees right now in New York City. I love it.
I'm the only moron out here wearing a hoodie.
I enjoyed it. I have my sandwich here. I have some small juice, orange juice. And,
A small Jew?
You know, a small carton of juice.
A small carton of Jews? I don't know what you're talking about.
Juice, orange juice.
Orange juice. Orange juice.
You don't
I would say I don't speak Joe.
Speak English.
I don't speak
That's
Joe
the
very
way
well.
You come from Ireland. You speak Irish, English, Irish.
Speaking of Ireland, Joe Biden is in Ireland right now, Joe. They're celebrating him in the streets because he does have Irish descent.
He doesn't know where he is.
But Joe Biden does not know where he's at. He could be in Connecticut.
He thinks he's in Connecticut.
How dare you, Joe? Boogie Bob, I'm upset with Joe. He made a joke about our president. These robots, Joe, this is the robot. This is a Snitchbot 2000.
They fight.
These pigeons are fighting over your cookies. No more cookies, pigeons.
They
It's still
steal
the
your
end.
cookies if you have to.
It's called the K5 Autonomous Secret Security Robot.
Yeah.
The nickname is called the Snitchbot. It's actually in the title, Snitchbot. Bells and whistles, more than a dozen microphones, 360-degree cameras, high def, as well as sonar and lidar. Even has a license plate reader on this thing.
Don't carry any more wallet. I pickpocket.
It's 5.5 feet tall, Joe. As tall as Joe. It's 400 pounds. You know how fast it can go, Joe? Maximum speed, 3 miles per hour. What's up, OG? 3 miles per hour.
Very slow.
It cost the NYPD $12,000 for a 7-month rental. They're renting them. $12,000 for 7 months. They're going to test it out, see how it works. Manufactured is Nightscope the Spot, nicknamed Diggy Dog. This is a dog. It's a dog robot. These ones will kick your ass.
Actually, the outlaw is going to take a ride on that computer.
Well, the cost of the dog, the robot dog, Joe, $370,000. All right. They're putting robots out there. They've got the, Joe, you were gone, but there was another bank massacre. I have told everybody I'm going to give away a watch.
5 people got killed in that
That's correct.
bank. Louisville.
Yep. Louisville, Kentucky.
And
Joe,
8 people got hit.
I'm going to give away a watch every time there's not a mass shooting.
Well, I
Which
was in
means it probably
Pennsylvania.
won't be.
I heard that.
I'm going to be giving
That's
away a watch
very terrible.
every time there's not a mass shooting, which is never. There's a mass shooting every day. Joe, we've had over 150 now mass shootings in the first 100 days of 2023.
That's terrible. You can't go any crowded area.
He's just some guy walking around with an AR-15.
And you start shooting.
He actually was live streaming. They're going to be releasing footage. He's not live streaming. He was waiting in ambush for the cops. He actually waited for the cops.
I think he was working for the same bank.
He was working for the same bank. That's a Jordan Joe exclusive right there, folks. Joe saw the news when he was in Connecticut or Pennsylvania. Sorry, guys. They're calling me on my WhatsApp. I can't answer it, so it's just going right now. I apologize.
Leave a message.
Leave a message.
How long is gonna go there?
I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and if they're probably a moron, they're going to call right back. Bob didn't answer, let me call right back. Kuwait's, I don't care.
What is that, Kuwait? I was there.
All right. An AI-generated news anchor has made her debut on Kuwait News. It's an AI, Joe. Do you know what AI is? That's artificial intelligence. It's a robot. It's a... It's not real. It's not real. It's a artificial intelligence. NYPD staffer. This is someone that worked for the police department. NYPD. Says the boss sexually harassed me. Can't do that. Look at this poor guy, Joe.
I see him all the time. He feeds the pigeon.
He's trying his best to walk around. He's got horrible polio and scoliosis. He's got a walker and he can't.
I
walk.
talked to him many times. He enjoy it. Comes every day almost.
God
Even in
bless him.
freezing weather, he's
God bless him. An NYPD worker, Joe, says her boss turned lover sexually assaulted her, sought threesomes, and threatened to throw her in front of a train if she ever spoke out about their relationship. Amy Ventura, a 40-year-old single mom of 2 and civilian NYPD employee, worked in the NYPD's property division handling case-sensitive evidence when her cop supervisor, Wilder Lucas, I'm going to read your name, bruh. Wilder, the guy's name is Wilder Lucas, began romantically pursuing her in 2021. Lucas, 41, I bet you he's married. an NYPD lieutenant and integrity control officer for department property, first struck up a friendship with Ventura in February of 2021. I can't. He's a bad person. I hope he knows. All right, what do we got going here? Donald Trump.
How you doing, Kevin Butler?
How you doing, Donald Trump? Is Donald Trump watching today, Joe? I don't know. Donald Trump made the rounds last night on Fox News. He was on Tucker Carlson, Joe. He said that when he got indicted, when he went into the courthouse, all the sheriffs and the deputies were crying, weeping. Sir, we're so sorry that this has happened to you. This is what a pathetic liar he is. This is the Manhattan South. They've had every kind of deranged, horrible monster and murderer in there, and these are people who work in there for 30 years. They didn't put no rookies on his case. Yet these grown men, they cried. No one's believing it, not even Fox News. Don spills the court criers. In his first interview since his unprecedented arrest, Donald Trump claims that Manhattan court employees were actually crying in the aisles and even apologized to him when he was arraigned. They put the handcuffs on and said, "Sir, I'm so sorry about this." His son just got off the plane. His son said he flew commercial. I don't believe in Trump's flight commercial, but okay. His son said, "I was in commercial and the whole plane was crying." They were just weeping. The lady came up and offered me a Coke. Not Coke, but a Coke. And she was weeping in the aisles as my father was arrested unjustly. Trump 76 described the apparent mood of some Manhattan criminal court workers in a sit-down with the Fox News. When I went to the courthouse, which is also a prison, in a sense, they signed me in, and I'll tell you right now, people were crying. Grown men crying. Professionally work there. Professionally they work there. They have no problem putting murderers in jail. It's tough. It's a tough place. They were crying. They were actually crying. They said, "I'm so sorry, sir." There's somebody in Oklahoma watching it going, "Honey, it's horrible." Even the prison warden was crying. They weren't crying. I promise you they weren't crying. I'm not going to do that. Joe, how horrible is this? I showed you this yesterday. I'm not going to really harp into it today. 2 slaves in 2 days. These are the weed shops, Joe. You walk into a weed shop over here. Joe, when you go buy your kind bags, has there anybody ever pulled a gun on you?
I don't buy no bags.
Joe don't buy no
bags. I have enough bags in my hand.
Joe's got all kinds of bags. Your bags are full of, not dimes. Your bags are full of cookies and bread and
sandwiches for the pigeon, bread for the pigeon.
Yep. Always got a few
juices for the house. What do we eat?
Weed. Who needs weed? Joe don't buy no weed.
I had a haircut this morning in China. Everybody likes the haircut.
Joe, you got no hair. You look good though.
I told him zero to the China.
Joe,
he doesn't speak English, but I told him.
You said take it all off.
He understood.
It looks good, Joe. I gotta be honest with you. You look pretty good.
Yeah. I don't want no hair on my head.
Hey, I don't want no hair. Monday night shooting in the Bronx. Subway station left a 17-year-old dead, another teen wounded. Was part of the city neighborhood gang dispute, Joe. In my day, you're walking to high school, say, "Oh, there's that guy. I don't want no problem with him. I'll go the other way." Or "There's that guy. I'll go fight him." So they find you at 7-Eleven. They walk up, wait for you to come out, or go inside and shoot you.
7-Eleven.
They just shoot me everywhere.
I just saw a guy selling vitamins.
You saw
right again.
In front of 7-Eleven?
Right here, the front.
Did he steal them from CVS?
I think one of those stores.
When you go into a store here, CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, whatever it is, and you want to buy a shampoo, you have to ring a buzzer. Customer help needed in aisle 7. Condoms. You're sitting there waiting for 8 minutes, a guy comes back, you say, "Hi, I'm sorry, I need the extra, extra large condom." Now, that's just me, not Joe. Joe doesn't. It's 20, 30 minutes for the guy to come, and you're standing there like a moron. You know why? Because everything is behind glass now, Joe. You can't go in there and pick your rubbers up off the counter.
I don't know how he got that vitamin.
He stole them.
Store.
He boosted them somewhere.
There is stores who sell vitamins only.
Yeah, the one down there. What I forget.
I think that's what
GNC.
happened.
GNC. They go in there, they fill it up, and then they leave.
Yeah.
Joe, wrong way crash kills 2. A wrong way driver, an elderly motorist, and an elderly motorist were killed in a smash up on the Beltway Parkway, the Belt Parkway of Brooklyn, Joe. Winston Ramdeen, 52, was driving an Infiniti 2001 East Lanes, a Flatbush South. He continued whizzing east, driving the wrong way on a damn highway, Joe. He ended up hitting a driver, a 79-year-old man. Both killed. I'm not going to do anything about the Biden.
Where did he go, Biden?
He went to Ireland, Joe. We just talked about that.
He's going to see your grandfather.
He's going to see my great-grandfather, who's been dead for 80 years. I wonder if they'll have a good conversation.
You put some roses in it.
Hey, Joe, a teenager was hit and killed in a hit-and-run accident, Joe. That's one of the worst things we cover every year is the hit-and-runs. 14-year-old boy riding a bike was killed by a hit-and-run SUV driver in Queens. I say if you hit the person, it's an accident. He was pedaling on 21st Street in Astoria around 9:30 p.m. when he was struck by an SUV traveling in the opposite direction. The driver fled. The SUV was found abandoned later Monday night.
DNA will get him.
I hope so. I hope so.
The fingerprints on the car. He's a killer. That's what happened. He shouldn't run away because he won't be in trouble. But when you hit and run, that's homicide, right?
Yes, it should be. Howard Stern bashes the singer Kid Rock. So Kid Rock is a first of all, he's from Detroit. And nothing kid or rock about him. He was a rapper when he came out. Ball with the ball, the bang, boogie diggy. Then he realized that he could make more money with his horrible, crappy songs by doing country western. So he got into the country western thing, and Joey's been a racist, a redneck, a hick, every ad lib in the book, every racist connotation in the book. He has belittled black folks, gay folks, trans folks, Obama's wife, Oprah. He has gone in and in and in. I think he's pathetic and disgusting. But if you like him, that's cool. Now, Joe, want everyone to drink their beer, so they hired a transgendered woman to be their spokesmodel. So it's the lead story on Fox 4 days in a row. How could they do this? I'll never drink Bud Light again. Well, old Kid Rock decided to go get an M16 or an automatic, not semi-automatic, automatic. He shot up a couple cases of Bud Light. Because you have a trans spokesperson, Joe, I'm going to take a machine gun and shoot up Bud Light.
You want to from the small growers.
Okay. Joe missed the whole point of the topic.
You don't have to put trans.
They can put whoever they want. They want to have if they had a black person on there selling the beer, would it be okay to go out and shoot up the beer?
Well, if they put my photo on it, then what do you think will happen?
They will go broke.
Really?
I don't know. Nobody knows, Joe. Well, listen to this. Redneck boycotts. Country music star John Rich. Now, John Rich, to me, is one of the worst pieces of shit on all of Twitter. That's just me. Call me crazy. I believe he's also a horrible, despicable racist, but he's a big country star. He's a has-been now. He used to be pretty good. He's boycotting Bud Light at his Nashville bar. It was the number one drink, number one beer in there, but now he's got cases of it sitting in the back room. Howard Stern says Kid Rock and Travis Tritt are scumbags for their outrage over the transgender Dylan Mulvaney's partnership with Bud, saying he doesn't understand why either cares so much. I don't either. So you're Kid Rock, you're this multi-million-dollar rock star, and you drink Coors. You don't even drink Bud Light, but okay, you drink Coors, and then they have a transgender spokesperson, so now you're out of your mind. You know what you're out of your mind for? For likes on TikTok. You're out of your mind to show your base that you can't put up with that disgusting man at a dress. That's what you're out of your mind. Shame on you. I see through you. I hope that Bud Light sells 80 billion cases. I don't drink. I don't care who they put on the cover as long as it's not a racist, horrible person. Why would you care? Disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein. You heard of this guy, Joe? He just flew back first class New York prison after being sentenced in Los Angeles to 16 more years. He's already serving 23. So for me or you to go to prison right now, that'd be horrible for 16 years, 23 years. But to be someone who's worth a couple $100 million and then end up going to prison, that's pretty, it's got to be a pretty tough adjustment.
He'll buy his way out.
Well, he's going to buy his way out. He's got 40 years to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner, the guy who ran himself over with the snowplow, one of the biggest Marvel superheroes, showed up on Jimmy Kimmel Live. He even joked about being run over. Joe, it's pretty over on him. What happened, Joe? The snowplow has these big tracks on both sides, like a tank.
I saw it 2 months ago. Those machines.
He stepped off to help his nephew, and his foot got caught in the snowplow as the snowplows, these treads move forward. And it ran him completely over from front to back. First his ankles snapped, his bones, his legs, his femur, his ass, his back, his spine, all the way up to his head. He said his eye popped out of his head. This eye here could see this eye here. It was sticking out looking at the other eye. So he literally was run over from the feet all the way to the head. It just ran him all the way over. That's pretty horrific. Me and you would have been killed, Joe. This guy was in very, very good shape. It's the only thing that saved him. He broke about 30 bones, punctured lung.
Not going to be the same.
He'll never be the same. Never. But he walked onto the Jimmy Kimmel Show to a standing ovation. Oh, boy. Don Lemon. I used to really like Don Lemon. It seems like it's all of a facade. Not John Lennon. Don Lemon.
That's his brother?
Nope. This is an African-American news host for CNN. First openly gay black man to host a primetime network show, to my knowledge. Don Lemon appeared to diss Jon Stewart during a hot mic moment, saying the former Daily Show host has, I don't care. Judge rejected the doomsday mom, Joe. This is a mom who decided she had these beautiful kids and a marriage. She left her marriage when she met some guy who was a doomsday book peddler. Jesus was going to come back and kill everybody, and you had to subscribe. She fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. She killed her own kids, Joe. A judge rejected doomsday mom Lori Vallow Daybell's plea to leave as witnesses gave graphic details about her children's remains that were found. Look at this, Joe. That's all, folks. That's all, folks. 100-year-old butcher and pork store closes in Brooklyn until we meet again. Brothers George and John bid farewell after closing the family's 100-year-old Brooklyn butcher shop. G. Esposito and Sons. If Vinny was here, he'd tell us all about it. I don't know nothing about it, but Esposito and Sons been there 100 years, Joe, longer than you.
Yes. Probably the kids don't want to take over because the kids study doctor and engineer and so forth. Accountant.
I got good news, Joe.
Who's going to take over?
The kids? The grandkids?
No, they don't want to cut no meat.
Joe, we're on page 21. I finally got a good news story. You ready?
Yes, sir.
A missing Texas woman. Joe, missing woman is always dead woman, right? Almost always when we're these things horrible.
Woman.
A missing Texas woman was found alive in a Jeep that plunged into a lake and was almost entirely submerged. She had about this much air. She was just had her head. She's submerged, Joe, under the lake. There was an air pocket. Let's see. The unidentified Longview woman who was reported missing 12:30 a.m. Saturday, Sunday, was found inside the vehicle in Lake Oak Pines later that day. I don't care if it's 10 minutes. It's still horrible.
Very lucky.
The hood was barely visible above the water, about 40 feet from the shore. So they're out there looking for her, and they see just this much of the hood sticking out, or the roof of the car sticking out of the water. And they went to investigate, and she was still in there.
She's still alive?
Police and a wrecking crew were preparing to tow the car, and they noticed somebody was still moving inside. Could you imagine, Joe? Her fear sitting in there. Joe, you want to see another really cute video?
That's
And I actually, look at this.
That's a van dog.
Look at that. Looks like your wife's little dog, Joe, but
Yeah.
smaller. This is the world's smallest dog. Smaller than a pigeon, Joe. The petite pooch was it has nabbed a huge honor. The world's smallest dog officially is a Chihuahua named Pearl.
Oh, they very tough, those chihuahuas.
She stands just 3 inches tall, Joe, and weighs 1 pound. The 2-year-old canine holds the Guinness Book of World Record for the shortest dog living. Barely longer than a $1 bill. There's the dollar bill. Where's the dog? I can't find the dog. Oh, he's under your keychain. Yeah, okay. This woman is a horrible piece of garbage, Joe. We've talked about her for almost 2 years now. This is the stepmom who left her son to die on the cold floor of their garage. He froze to death, Joe. It's about probably the worst death ever. When you die in a fire, I'm sure it's horrible and graphic and horrible, but you die within 2 minutes or so. When you freeze to death, Joe, it could take months. Angela Polina, the Long Island stepmother from hell, who admitted that she forced her 8-year-old autistic stepson to sleep in a frigid garage the night he died, was sentenced to 25 years in prison. I hope you rot.
25 is not enough.
It's not enough, Joe.
Give
25
sword,
years
that's
plus
all.
some punching. Look at this creep. Curvy urologist. Bus. What's a urologist, Joe?
Neurologist.
Urologist, I think, is the guy who does your pee-pee.
No, that's cancer, I think.
Well, a Manhattan urologist, already being sued by 7 male patients for alleged sex abuse, was busted Tuesday on related sex crimes, including some involving underage boys. Darius Padu, 55, who formerly worked in New York Presbyterian Medical Center as a urologist, carried out the abuse when he was alone with the patients in the exam room, telling them to masturbate often while playing porn.
Supervise the pickup, supervise the pickup.
You need a psychologist, that's
This guy's going to have, and he's going to get all the dick he wants. Well, he's going to be popular, right? They're going to have a party in his cell every night. He's going to see all the penis he wants to see. He might enjoy it. Joe, this is a brand new study Gun deaths hit 20% of U.S. families. 20%, that means 1 out of every 5 families is involved somehow in gun death. I've had, I don't know, 15, 20 friends killed with guns over the years. Nearly 1 in 5 adults in the U.S. say they have a relative who was killed by a gun. Troubling statistics include death by suicide, according to the Kaiser Family Foundation. A similar proportion, 21 of respondents. My dear friend Gonzo was murdered last year. It's very, very, very difficult. Rev will be putting up a whole bunch of Boogie Bob content in the next several days. If you liked a bunch of the videos, I had over 4,000 videos up on my old channel. Many of them were classics. We will be putting up various videos, picking and choosing some good videos. I would really like to pay tribute to my friend Gonzo, who was murdered in Seattle. Prison for the January 6th Capitol cop attack. This moron thought it was funny to go and beat up cops and throw fire extinguishers at them, Joe. He was a firefighter, Joe, a firefighter who threw a fire extinguisher at the police during a January 6th Capitol riot, was hit with a 4-year prison sentence. Is that enough time, Joe? 4 years?
How much? 4
You
years?
got 4 years, Joe. What do you think of that?
Well, I am not the prosecutor, whatever happened.
So you think it's okay to throw fire extinguishers at cops?
No, no, it's not. You have to respect the cops, any cop.
Well, Robert Sanford of Boogie, Pennsylvania. That's why Joe's on his side. He's from Pennsylvania. Was caught on camera swinging the steel fire extinguisher at a swarm of officers who had formed a line against the raging protesters. The flying firefighting device struck 2 cops in the head, including one who wasn't wearing a helmet.
That's not nice.
He also hurled obscenities and insults at the law enforcement officers, calling them traitors. Well, he's going to have 4 years in prison. Enjoy your time, my friend. Ha ha. Douchebag. A story just broke yesterday, Joe, of God, where's he from? Mark Taylor. Mark Taylor is a prominent football coach, baseball, track. He won Coach of the Year 6 years in a row, helping inner city kids through his company. He decided to go to Atlanta, and while he was there, he decided to film himself driving, talking about N-words, this N-word here, that N-word there. Look at this dumb N-word bitch over here. I should hang her from a tree. He said about 50 or 60 racist, horrible things, hanging black folks, killing black. This is a guy a white guy who made his living from African American kids who take his class and all the people he coached. I will be putting up a video of Scumbag of the Year. It'll go up tonight. Mark Taylor, you can Google him in the meantime. This is a horrible, horrible person. Nicolas Cage got another movie out. Who cares? Used to really enjoy Nicolas Cage. First movie I ever saw him in was called Valley Girl. He was like 18 or 19. Now he's done 400 movies. He does a movie a week. I can't. There's a new drug on the street, Joe. It's called Trank. Joe, remember this guy here? Guys, look at the size of this man right here.
He is my bouncer.
He's a bouncer at a bar.
I hired him.
Right down the street.
Right.
He is way bigger than Hulk Hogan.
How you doing, Bob?
Joe's waving at him.
How are you?
Joe's waving at him. Called him. Why'd you call him Bob, Joe? Joe yells, "How you doing, Bob?" Joe, Joe says hi to people all the time. Doesn't even know their name.
Why it doesn't look?
The guy has arms like this. Have you ever seen a bigger guy than that, Joe?
Well,
Other than you, yes. Other than you.
if he goes to fight with me, he's gonna be sorry.
He'll be sorry when he goes to prison for murdering you. All right, Russian agent. Joe, I always say this could be our worst news ever. Today, we're living up to that. This is the worst news we've ever done. Israel curb on holy site. Israel halted visits by Jews and tourists to a flashpoint Jerusalem holy site. A lot of holy sites all over Jerusalem and Palestine. The holiest places in the world, Joe.
Jerusalem is the holiest place for the three religions.
Muslim,
Christian,
Muslim,
Jewish.
and what?
Jewish.
Jewish?
Yeah, Jewish.
Christian.
Around the world.
And Muslim, of course.
And everybody has his own sect in Jerusalem. You know, section.
Yeah.
And pray for the peace. That's all you want.
That was
Right?
Joe's way of saying pray for the peace. Absolutely. Joe, a Canadian and U.S. authorities worked together in a year-long investigation into cross-border firearms trafficking that led to 42 arrests.
Yeah.
Bringing guns right across the border there.
Drugs, immigrant, you name it.
Fentanyl.
Because it's easy to walk from the borders with from Canada to USA. It's open to border.
Drug to hit the streets is called trank, which is short for tranquilizer, and it's the one thing that they said when you do heroin, you get your high, you're feeling a certain way. When you do trank, it just shuts you down. That's why you see people slumped over. They found 35% of the people who overdosed last year were on trank, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. You'll be hearing a lot more about trank, T-R-A-N-Q. Joe, do you listen to the radio ever?
What I'm gonna do with the rest?
Just listen to it. WFAN host Wolf dead at 71. Rick Wolf was a huge voice for WFAN Sunday morning program. The Sports Edge. They sit there they talk about
The
sports.
sport.
Look at Joe. Joe looks like fly. Joe, you look fly today. Joe, do you got a pen?
How are you? Yes, I got.
Hi. What
How
are you
are
doing?
you, baby?
Man, with the pigeons?
Yeah.
She's cute.
I would say.
Moms need love too. Single mom. You ready, Joe?
Just do give me. I don't have glasses.
Okay.
How would you?
How was your vacation, Joe?
Oh, right, good. Was fantastic.
Fantastic.
Open space.
I want him back. I want him back, Joe. Guys, Joe didn't bring the glasses, but he's wearing mine today. Joe, we're doing three. We're doing three today. Because we have a very special birthday today. Very, very, very special. That's Virgo, Joe. Virgo. Where it stops, nobody knows. Look, I'm going to stop one on it myself. I just stopped it myself. Capricorn. Leo. Are you having trouble finding Leo, Joe? That's it. Today, Joe,
They have a birthday today.
we have a very, very special.
If you have a birthday, doing
Mr. Who, Joe?
I don't know.
You don't know, do you?
Mr. Little,
It's David Young's birthday today, everybody.
David Young.
I've known David Young since he's about
How are you
8
doing,
or 9
Mr.
years
David? How are you?
David Young.
All right.
Know his whole family. Brothers, sisters,
Okay.
mama, pops. First of all, David, a little bird told me that it was your birthday. wishing you a very, very happy, joyous day. I hope you get to spend
I
it
hope
with
you
your
live
family.
up to 100 years.
Joe's gonna sing happy birthday to you. I do not want you to get all happy. He's a crooner. He'll croon for you.
You are in good health. God bless you. Don't smoke, don't drink, don't carry guns.
Don't carry guns.
Stay happy and peaceful for you and for the world. Happy birthday, 100 years and more. God bless you. Happy birthday to you.
Who was that for, Joe? I forgot. Who'd you wish that for?
Your friend,
Well, what's his name?
little man.
Little Man. No. His name is David Young.
Yeah, little.
Oh, Young. Young is little.
Young.
Okay. David
Same
Young,
thing,
happy
same thing.
birthday, my friend. God bless
If you were born on this day,
Joe's saying you happy birthday. Now he's going to read you your own horoscope just for you. Nobody else. Everybody else go get a sandwich. This
You-
does not include you.
you don't need to be perfect.
No, you don't.
You just need to be you. That is the message of the stars on your birthday. And if you hit it, the coming year will be hugely satisfying. You already possess everything you need to be the best areas you can be. Happy birthday.
Everybody in
to
the chat saying to eat a ham sandwich. Now, I can get
Virgo.
behind that. I could definitely get behind
How you doing, Mr.
How you doing, Mr. Virgo?
What you thought was bad news at the start of the week
Was not bad.
may now turn out to be very good news indeed. Most likely that because you did not have all the facts at your fingertips then. But you do now, and the outlook is encouraging.
I love it. I don't know what the hell you said, but I'm going with it.
Leo,
I'm still wondering why you called my dear friend David Young Little Man.
how you doing, Mr. Young?
Hi, Mr. Young.
Leo. Will make it easy for you to reach out to other people today. Friends will be impressed by your welcoming smile. Welcoming smile.
Your welcoming smile.
And colleagues will appreciate your willingness to find compromise solution to difficult issues.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Wiseman.
Thank you, Mr. Wise Man. Who the hell's that, Joe?
Whoever was born in August, a happy birthday. We
Happy
will
birthday
tell you
to
happy
you.
birthday in August.
What else you got, Joe?
Capricorn.
Tap gang, stand up. Capricorn?
Sometimes,
I don't think we did Capricorn, Joe.
sometimes it is the little things in your life that annoy you the most, and your main objective now must be to learn how to ignore those little things and focus only on the big thing.
I got Stumpy over here, Joe. Stumpy just showed up.
It is not about events, it is about being strong in your mind.
Okay.
Taurus,
It's the mighty bull corner of the internet, Joe.
something you thought you had dealt with earlier in the year will make
What did you say? Something you what?
something you thought you had dealt with earlier in the year will make an unwelcome return today.
Okay.
And this time you must get it right. The planets warn if you chose to ignore the situation, it could cost you a large chunk of cash.
It could cost you a large chunk of cash. Nobody wants to be charged a large chunk of
Keep
cash.
your hand, always grip your wallet. Don't
Grip
take
your wallet.
your hands in your
All right.
wallet.
Joe, did you do birthdays today?
Happy birthday to everybody.
Whose birthday was it today, Joe? I forgot already.
Mr. Young.
Mr. Young. Good one, Joe.
You know, Mr. Young
You don't
is
get
gonna
Joe.
stay young and happy. God bless you. Okay. We have one great engineer today. His name is Greenville Dodge.
That's a made-up name, Joe. That's a lie.
He engineered the Transcontinental Railroad Union Pacific.
What's his name?
Greenville. Some kind of names for you.
Greenville Dodge. That's a made-up name, Joe. That sounds like a car dealership in Benicia, California.
No, he will Google it. I am right.
If you Google it, you'll feel that.
Greenville Dodge. Thank you.
All right.
Billy Vaughn is a singer.
Yep. Billy Bond's a singer.
You know him?
Nope. Never heard of him.
Jane Withers.
I quit.
He was a film child star. Jane.
Jane Weathers is a female. I think. I don't know any boys named
Female film child star.
Jane. Okay.
Herbie Hancock.
Now I had a Herbie Hancock, but that was in college.
That's him.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yes,
dun,
yes,
dun,
he's
dun, 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 dun. The song is called Rocket. Herbie Hancock still is.
Jazz.
Maybe he's still alive.
Jazz composer.
I wouldn't call him jazz so much as I would call him fusion. He did hip hop. He did R&B. He was a keyboardist and brilliant. Brilliant. I say was. I think he still is. Bam, 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 bam. Rocket. What else you got, Joe?
David Letterman.
What do you know about David Letterman, Joe?
He's a comedian.
That's it? Well, I met him about 5 or 6 times. Always a douchebag. Nice guy, but not so insecure. One of the most insecure people of all time. Always worried about what you're thinking. Very, very, very gifted. As you know, his show was right here, Joe. He did the late night with David Letterman from the Ed Sullivan Theater, which is like 53rd or 54th and Broadway. Had the Tonight Show band or the Late Night band with Paul Schaefer. Very, very gifted, smart person, but absolutely a train wreck as a person.
David Cassidy.
David Cassidy was at one time my hero. If you see my high school yearbook picture, you'll see my hair feathered back with the David Cassidy. David Cassidy was a singer. The problem was, Joe, he was typecast for the Partridge, Keith Partridge. And he would do songs like From the Moment I Wake Up, I'm turning to myself, I'm turning to myself. I think I love you, but what am I so afraid of? I'm afraid that there's no cure for the love that I've been with. Anyways, with that said, David Cassidy was the man. The problem is, Joe, they wanted him to be a teeny bopper, and he was more of a Jimi Hendrix. In fact, believe it or not, he went on tour. His idea was to have Jimi Hendrix open for him. So Jimi Hendrix, the greatest guitarist, hardcore rock and roll guy of all time, is opening for Keith Partridge, who's singing "I Think I Love You." And it didn't last very long because the teeny boppers that would go there to see Keith Partridge couldn't understand why you had some brother on stage playing with his teeth. Yo Ange is in the house. Yo Ange, it was so nice meeting you both at St. Patrick's the other day. I would love it if our dear friend Rev would put up a link to your show, because I enjoy your show, so I know my guys will enjoy your show. You guys can check out Yo Ange. Always getting into something. If something's going down, Yo Ange is there. Yo Ange, you'll see her in a car, you'll see her walking in Central Park. If it's going down in New York, Yo Ange is in the house. Wonderful show. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, the whole 9 yards. If she's got merch, buy some t-shirts. What's your problem? Yo Ange is in the house. God bless you. What else you got, Joe?
Vince Gill.
They say Vince Gill?
Yeah.
Vince Gill is a singer, cowboy guy, a country western guy.
Yeah.
Vince Gill. I don't know any of his songs. I guarantee you at some point he wore a cowboy hat and played guitar. What else you got, Joe? This might be your shittiest list of all time. Vince Gill, today is his 66th birthday. He's American multi-Grammy and Country Music Award winning singer. When I call your name, I don't know it. I don't know it.
He tell you no good, and he found out.
When I call your name
Shannon.
in the trailer park, you broke my heart when you lost the keys to my pickup truck. Now, I'm born in Texas. Can I get away with that, or does that sound like I'm being facetious? Somebody look up the word facetious. What else you got, Joe?
Shannon Doherty.
Shannon Doherty was the bad girl of Beverly Hills 90210. She was Brandon's little sister, Brenda. I think her name was Brenda. Shannon Doherty was, today's her 52nd birthday. American actress. She was in other stuff, but she was mostly known as a breakout star, along with Dylan McCabe, in Beverly Hills 90210. What else you got?
Claire Dennis.
Claire Danes?
Yeah.
Claire Danes is a movie star. I don't like the word used, movie star, but Claire Danes, a terrific actress. I'm sure that Ambrose is getting in there real quick. But Claire Danes is an actress. She was in The Thing, where the guy was on the thing of the other thing with the guy. Today's her 41st birthday, 44th, and she was in My So-Called Life and other things. She was in the show called My So-Called Life and Other Things. What else you got, Joe? Your list is pretty shitty, Joe.
The last one is Sour Ronan. I couldn't spell that name.
You
I
sure
call her
couldn't.
Sour.
Sour Ronan.
Cut your name.
S-A-O-I-R-S. Cerise. Look at Ambrose got it. Cerise Ronan
Yeah.
is an Irish American actress born in the Bronx. Wow, that's a big one, Joe.
That's a big one.
No, never heard of her.
Just cut
It's
your
shit,
name
Joe.
to Sour. Sorry.
So, okay, Sour.
It's too,
What else
too
you got,
long.
Joe?
Too
That was
long.
pretty horrible list.
A
Please.
Puerto Rican can't spell your name, so cut it to Sour.
All right. Do you have
Died.
a list of the dead besides our career?
Died on this day.
Yep.
Clara Parkin. Who is that Clara Parkin?
I quit.
She's the founder of Red Cross.
That's
That's
a
very
very
big
noble, very, very noble. No,
It's around the world.
Absolutely.
Franklin Roosevelt
I've heard of him.
died on this day.
I've heard of Franklin Roosevelt. His middle name was Delano. Now, people always think it's Delano. It's not. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was our 28th president.
No, the 32.
Okay, I'm off. Okay.
Was he
He had polio. Or
He did. He was, wasn't no Instagram back then, folks.
very nice.
FDR. Wasn't no Instagram, folks, so what they did was they would always film him, or try to film him.
Nice progressive.
Here up. He
nice
was in a wheelchair.
He's very nice progressive leader.
What was he like in person, Joe? You met him. You went to high school with him.
Well, he offered me to become a vice president. I couldn't.
Old by then.
I was.
A very elderly man, Joe. You're
I
very,
was
very
playing
elderly.
soccer.
Trying to give cookies to these birds, but Joe,
All
my
right.
goodness.
Okay, Mr. Cookie.
Okay, Mr. Cookie.
Joe Lewis.
What do you know about
Right
Joe
on this
Lewis,
day.
Joe? You're a boxer, so you should know something about the great Joe Lewis.
I knocked him one time.
Uh,
He was a boxer. But,
He was the Brown Bomber.
yeah.
He was a heavyweight champion, I think, for 9 years. I can't remember. He was a World War II hero.
Yeah.
He was a black man in a very turbulent time in America. And I can't break up these cookies anymore, Joe. These are the hardest cookies of all time. I'm trying to feed the birds.
Yeah.
Hi, Stumpy. What else you got, Joe? That's it?
Sugar Ray,
Which one?
the boxer.
Well, Sugar Ray Leonard's still alive. So it can't be Sugar Ray Leonard. What's his name, Joe?
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Ah, that's my man. So Sugar Ray Robinson died on the same day as Joe Lewis. That's pretty insane. Two of the biggest boxers in the history of the world, all from the 50s, 60s, 70s era. 70s is too late, but 50s, 60s. Sugar Ray Robinson, known for his, I think he also held the belt about 9 years. Hi, hi birds. Hi birds. What else you got, Joe?
Barry Frosty.
I should have quit while I was ahead.
Who is that?
Never heard of him.
He's
I
a
think
rock,
you made it up.
rock guitarist.
Barry what?
They call him Frosty.
Barry Frosty.
How you doing, man?
One time in college, it was winter, and my balls were very frosty. Sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry. I took the low road. Michelle Obama says they go low, we go high. Sometimes
Yeah.
when they go low, I go higher.
Very Frosty, right?
There's no Barry Frosty. Barry Frosty Smith, American rock, country, blues guitarist. He's a drummer. He's a drummer. I
Good.
don't know drummers.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Gilbert Godfrey, Joe. If you watch my show, you know that Gilbert Godfrey and I were very friendly. He actually, I first met him right here in the neighborhood. He was such a nice guy, but man, he was weird. If you don't know who Gilbert Godfrey was, maybe you'll know him from his most popular role, Aflac. Aflac. He was the Aflac Duck. He had a multi-million-dollar contract. All he had to do was on the commercial, the duck would come out and he'd say, Aflac. Well, he got fired from that because he was making racist jokes about the tsunami in Thailand. Killed thousands of people, and he was cracking jokes about it. Aflac said, we don't want you here.
Killed thousands of people in Thailand, in India, in Ceylon, even in Africa.
That's a fact. That's a fact. He also, Joe, was a Beverly Hills Cop. His whole stick was, wow, what are you going to do over here? I can't be talking to me. I don't... Sorry, sir. I did not know you were with her. I gave her the old, hey, girl. She turned, and her man looked at me like, what are you doing? What else you got, Joe?
That's all. What else you want me to do? Dig for the dead?
Gotta
Find
dig
more
around
names?
for some more dead. With that said, I would like to keep in mind that we're dedicating this show to the loving memory of Sal Gambino. Sal Gambino representing the Italian Americans to the fullest, representing Brooklyn, and representing our dear friend Vinny. My cousin Vinny. You guys could, if Red would be kind enough to put up the links for Vinny's live streaming. Vinny, I'm sure, will do a wonderful video on his dear friend, his best friend, Sal Gambino. Rev, thank you for finding this picture for us. I'm sure that Vinny will be very, very pleased. And this is what
Hello, how are you, Mr.
this
Naham?
is Psalms 73:26. My flesh and my heart faileth. Hey, it's going up here, dude. I can't stop it from going up. Faileth, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Very, very nice. You guys can check out Vinny's live streaming channel. Look at this. We're on the air. Joe doesn't care. You think Joe cares? You think Joe cares he's on the show?
يوم الجمعة.
I'm gonna put the guy on speaker. Hey, if you want the
بيعطوك
cookies, you gotta
صحن
share.
to take
You better
home.
stop it,
روح
Stumpy.
خذ واحد.
Um,
بيعطوك صحن تاخده للبيت. الو. هذه سعدة بدها تشوف هذا العرض شو اسمه ابو جورج زهير حاملة عصاي وبتدور عليه قول له بتدور عليه.
you guys want to see Stumpy?
والله يلا حتضربه ضرب عمره ما يجي اتلانتيك سيتي.
They call him Stumpy because his leg is stumped.
Yes. Nice Stumpy.
Joe, why are you yelling at people on the phone?
That's my friend. قول له لزهير قول له بدها تنيكك وانت بتدور على سعدة قول له تعال شوف سعدة.
That's Stumpy right there. See his little stumpy foot? That's Stumpy. And there's Stubby. Stumpy and Stubby usually don't go together. But Stumpy has a foot. It's just a stump. Stubby has no foot. There's Stubby. He's got one foot and then a stub. Give me a second and I'll give Stubby some food. I like to feed the handicap or the handy capable ones first. Uh-oh.
يلا يعطيك العافية. روح كول بكرة روح في خرفان.
Sorry guys. I'm feeding Stubby gets very territorial. That's Stubby right there. He may be a stub, but look at him running people off. He's like, yo, that's my daddy. That's my sugar daddy. I'm his sugar daddy. But I like to give food. See, that's Stumpy there. There's Stumpy and there's Stubby. And I like to give them both food. I can't do it. I can't do nothing. I'm all over the place. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I ask you to please be kind and loving to each other. I don't know where my hand is in the way. Oh, that's okay. There we go. There we go. See, Stumpy's a bit of a jerk. Being a prick, Stumpy. Give some to Stubby. There's Stubby right there. And Stumpy's always the one pecking everybody. Stop it, Stumpy. Stubby, you're a very good boy, Stubby.
The people is still on.
They're still on the line. I don't know why, but we're going to leave now, Joe.
Tell them, have a nice day.
I'm going to tell them stay and God bless you. Guys, I don't know what's up with my gimbal, but Joe.
Yeah.
Say
Have
goodbye.
a nice day. God bless you. I see you mañana.
Mañana, that's tomorrow. God bless you.
Hasta la vista.
Bye. Hasta la vista, baby. Joe, that could go down as the worst show we've ever done.
We did it good.